Hey there everyone, back again with another video. And in this video we're gonna see Node.js. From last 2 to 3 weeks we were trying to solve competitive programming stuff from LeetCode, Geeks for Geek, HackerRank and the other websites. But in this video we're gonna see what is Node.js and how we can create Node.js APIs. Because Node.js is a technology that is in a boom and most of the companies are asking for developers who know Node.js. And in comparison to other application or other technologies that help us to create APIs, Node.js is one of the easiest way to create APIs. Okay. You can use Java for creating that. You can use C# for creating APIs. But if you compare how we can create APIs in Java, C# and Laravel and other stuff in comparison to Node.js, then you will find that Node.js is much more easier and much more faster to learn in comparison to other stuffs. Okay, so let's start. You can find this is the official page of the Node.js, nodejs.org. You can find a link in the description below. So by the line you can understand that Node.js is a JavaScript runtime built on Chrome V8 engine. Okay, so it is not a technology, it is basically a environment that is provided by the JavaScript. Okay, and it runs on the V8 engine that is provided by the Chrome. So in past we have learned that JavaScript is a technology that is used to create the front end applications. We can use JavaScript in HTML and CSS along with that JavaScript for creating the front end. But the point Node.js had came, it had moved the power from JavaScript from front end to back end also. So you can create server, you can create backend applications using Node.js. And due to this, the backend is in JavaScript. As we all know that whole internet is in JavaScript, your front end is in JavaScript and your backend is also in JavaScript. So this will help the application to be more faster than other applications, because incompatibility and all the code error may come, so you can get all those issues figured out. Okay, so let's talk about the founder of this Node.js. The founder of the Node.js was Rand Delp. This is the Wikipedia page. You can just go and read it out. He created Node.js and currently he had also created the Deno, that is the competitor of his own product Node.js. People are saying that Deno will be the competitor of Node.js, but I'm not in that manner that Node.js and Deno are competitors. They are two different technologies. Deno can help us to create application in much more faster way, but Node.js has its way to do that. Okay, so let's start with the Node.js. So how to install? You can go to the official site and you will find the two sites. There will be a LTS, the long term support, and the current version. You have to download the LTS version, that is the latest. What is the form? Leave it. Okay, this is the latest version with all the what you can say latest features, and the current version is the thing in which they are in the beta mode or some of the things are in development phase, so you can access them also, but I will recommend you to use this LTS version. Okay, if you are a Windows user, then you can get the access of the exe file. You can just text and install it in the application. Okay, the point you will install the Node.js, you will find something like this. Let me just increase the size. Okay, if you have installed the Node.js in your system, and in the command prompt in the terminal you will go and type node-v, you will find the version, that is I am on the 14.6.1 and the latest version is 14.17.1. so I am one version behind, but leave it. Okay, so you can see that we have Node.js installed in our application, and along with the Node.js what comes is the npm. Npm stands for Node Package Manager. Basically Node Package Manager is a thing that will allow you to install dependencies and other stuff into your application that you are creating. Okay, so you can see that npm is also has a version. Come on. Okay, so you can see that we have a version of npm that is 7.17.0. Okay, so how we can start and how we can create a simple API. Okay, using Node.js. I'm not gonna show you the front end part, I'm just gonna show you the back end part, only the get and post method. Okay, and if you like this video, then I will move forward to the front end and other stuff. Okay, so just comment me down what you like about this video. Okay, so let's start by making a folder, node test, cd node test. Okay, and I will open a VS Code. Let it open. The point VS Code is opening. Okay, it has opened. In order to initialize your application, so you will have to initiate the application, Node.js application. So how we can do that? There is a command that is the npm init. This is a command that will help you to initiate or initialize your application. The point you type this code, it let me show you the VS Code. You can see that, come on, yeah, there is nothing in our folder. You can see that in Node.js we have some files if we have, but there is nothing in our sidebar. So after doing this step, you can find that we got a file inside our sidebar. Okay, so npm init, enter. It will ask you some question regarding your application. Okay, so let it ask. Okay, so you can see that it has said something, and it is asking package name. Package name is node test. Yes, I am trying to set the package name as node test. If you want to make it something different, you can type it here, but I am not saying that to change the node test, so just I am typing enter. The version is 1.0.0. let it be. Okay, you can set your version. It is asking from description, so you can leave it, it is optional, but I am gonna type it. It is a Node API demo. Entry point is index.js. You can set any of the entry point, but I am setting it as index.js. Test command, let it be test command. I am not giving Git repository, I am not giving anything. Keyword you can give node javascript API demo. Author, I will give my name. Okay, license, I'm not gonna say that. And yes, the point you have created, you can see that we got a file that is the package.json. Okay, so let's first see what is this package.json. Okay, so you can see that it had all the information that we have input in our initialization commands. Okay, it has the name, it has the version, it has description. Main is the starting point. Okay, it has a test command and the keyword and author and license. Okay, so basically node.json is the heart of your application. Okay, it contains all the metadata regarding your application in this file. Okay, the point you will install any of the dependency, you will find that all the dependencies will be installed in this part. Okay, you can find the dependency, all the dev dependencies and other stuff. Okay, so let us create a file that is the index.js. Okay, one sec. Index.js. Okay, so index.js, as we have said that index.js will be our main file, so I am creating this index.js, but it is you can use any of the name. Okay, and do other stuff. Okay, so in order to create APIs using Node.js, you can create APIs using Express. Express.js is a framework built on Node.js that will help you to create APIs easily. You can create APIs without using Express also, but it will be a very hectic task. So without Express, it will take you much time, much more codes, but Express help us to write only few commands and everything is done by Express only. Okay, so how we can install Express? So npm I or install, you can type install also and you can type I also, both of them will be equal. Okay, so install and I will be equal, so I am typing npm I and express. Okay, so you firstly have a look at this package.json file. There is nothing related to express. So the point after I have entered this npm I, you just watch this part. Okay, it is installing my dependencies. Okay, it is installing my dependency, and the point it installed, you can just see the changes in the package.json. Okay, so you can see that the dependencies are express. Okay, you can see that package.json has a dependency part and its section will have it express, and the version also 14.17.1. and you can also see that there is a node modules folder. Okay, so the node modules folder will definitely contain all the details of your application. Okay, all the everything. Okay, so node module is created every time you install anything, and the express all the dependency details like express and other stuff that you are downloading is stored inside this node modules. Okay, so if you are uploading your application on GitHub or something like that, just type that you can ignore this node module because it is the largest file in your application. Okay, so let's start with creating the application. I'm just gonna create a normal application and let's see how we can do it. So firstly we have to import my express inside my application. So const express is equal to require express. Okay, and then const app is equal to express. Okay, so in JavaScript you know that semicolon is optional, so you can type, you cannot type, it's up to you. So now we have to listen to a port. Every API listen to a port, so I am giving the port as 8080. Okay, so app dot listen, and then I am gonna give the port as 8000. Okay, let's it be 8000. Then there will be a callback, and I will say that console.log, and I will say that server is running at 8000. Okay, so this is a simple application in which the express has been installed. So let me run this thing. So how we can install the application, how we can run the application. So for running the application, being you have typed your code in index.js, you can just type node index.js. Just make sure that index.js is in the parallel or in the outside of the application. Okay, if just parallel to the package.json. If index.json is inside some of the folders, just give the exact path of that. Okay, now run it. You can find that we have a thing that server is running at 8000. Okay, but now let's come here and just say that let my server run at 8080. Okay, okay, and now just run. Now let's see, we can see that we have noticed nothing. Our server is again at 8000. Okay, so how we can, it means that if we change our command in index.js or edit any line in index.js, we will definitely find any of the issues, or we have to rerun the index.js. Okay, so in order to overcome this, we have a dependency. Okay, hello. So what we have to do, we have to install a dev dependency that is Nodeman. Basically, dev dependency is a dependency that will just run for your development process. It will not run for the production process. So how we can install a dev dependency? npm I dash minus d then node mon. Enter. So it will install a dev dependency, and you can find that dev dependency changes inside this part. Let it install and I will show you that. Okay, so you can find that there is a dev dependency with the name of nodemon. Okay. But what we want to do, every time we save our application, our server should restart. So in order to do that, we have to go and type a script that is to start, and inside that is nodemon, we have to type nodemon and index.js. What this command will do, this command will generally do is that if you save your application, it will restart your index.js. Okay, so how we can run this script? In order to run this script, you just have to type npm run start. Start is exactly start should be exactly same as the thing that you have typed here. Enter. You can see that we got a output as server is running at 8080. Now let's just come at this point and just say that server, and now just save it, and you can see that it has automatically changed the thing. Server is running at 8080. Let's go and just change my listening port to 3000. And you can see that our server is running at 3000. Okay, and now let's just create the APIs, because we have created this server and our server is running fine. So let's now just create APIs. So how we can create APIs? For in APIs there are 4 methods. One is get, one is post, okay, one is delete, and one is put. So I am gonna explain only get and post. Delete and put will be explained only after, if you ask me to create that. Okay, we have much more method like options, we have head and other steps also, patches also, but these 4 are the main thing that people uses. So app, in order to create a get API, so you have to give app.get, and you have to give a URL get users. And in every API there are 2 things every time, that is, one is the request response, and one is the request comma response. Okay, I have given REQ and RES. You can type request comma response, it depends on you. Okay, so what we will do on that, res.json, I will type a message, hello world. Okay, let's just save it. We can see that our server is running at 3000, and let us see where we will get this users. You can just go to your browser. Okay, you can directly go to your browser and just type localhost 3000, and after that you can just type that command, that is the /users. Enter. So you can see that we got a raw data as hello world. Okay, and basically you will get the same output in localhost also. I don't know why it is not opening the local, but yes, we are getting the output, so leave it. Okay, so now what we will do, we can use Postman in order to test our application. Okay, so let me just open my Postman. Let this Postman open. We are gonna create a simple API in which if a user gives inputs a user, it will be stored in a variable. Okay, so let's say that let users is equal to a array. Okay, and the message will be all users. Okay, and after that data will be users. So this API will return all the users that we are inputting. Okay, and let's just create a post request. Post. Okay, user the request comma response. In post and get, we will always get a request comma response. Okay, we will always get data input via body. So I'm gonna explain everything in future videos how we can get via URL also, but this will be a small video. So I'm gonna explain everything. What we will do, where user is equal to request comma body. Okay, and now what we'll do, we would say users dot push user, and then we will just send a response JSON okay message sorry user saved. Okay, I have saved the application and my server is restarted. So let's go to my Postman and let's just create. I have saved the application. Let's just go to post and just create 127.0.0.1:3000/user body raw text.json. Okay, so id is equal to 1. Okay, so everything will be in double quotes. Name id. Okay, let me give my name. Okay, I'm just giving the name and let me just send it. Okay, you can see that we got a message as user saved. So let me just check whether we are getting the user in the output or not. 127.0.0.1:3000/users. Okay, and let me just send it. Let's see whether we are getting some output or not. Okay, so we are getting the output as null. Why we are getting the output as null? So let me just because we don't have any user here, so let me just console and check console.log and user whether we are getting the output right, our answer or not. Okay, so let me just send the user again, and in the console we got the output as undefined. Okay, we get the answer as undefined. Why? Because our JSON is not getting converted. So how we can resolve that? We can just come at the starting point and say the app.use express.json. Okay, the point we have typed that it will start reading our data in JSON format. You can see that we got the output here. In the before part we were getting undefined, but now we are getting our input that we are giving. Let's come at this point and just type 2, and we can just come at this point and type Jon Snow. Okay, and you can see that we got the user saved, and you can find this point we again got the output. Okay, let's come at this point and just say that id is equal to 3, and let's come at this point and just type another name. Okay, and just save it, and we can see that we again got the output. Here we again got our input in our console. So let's come to the user part and just run it and see whether we are getting the user or not. Okay, so you can see that we got all the user that we have input in a form of array. Okay, so this is a way in which we can create APIs. Okay, we can create APIs using Node.js. Okay, this was just a basic. There is many wide concept in this part. Okay, how we can get data from URL, how we can get data from query, how to use put, how to use patch, how to use options and other stuff, but that will be explained in future videos. If you like this video, just give it a give your comment, give your feedback, give it a like and subscribe. So that's all for today. Thank you, have a nice day.